Have you ever felt crushed under the weight of life? Like no matter how hard you try, the world keeps pushing you down? Like every door closes before you can even knock? But what if I told you that inside you lies a fire, a power you didn't even know you had? You weren't born to fade away quietly. You weren't made to give up or settle. You were born to fight. And this is your moment. There are people who are born into comfort, born into safety, born into love, stability, and peace. And then there are people like us, born into storms, born into broken homes, into silence, into hunger, into war. Born into a world that never wanted to see us win. We didn't choose this fight, but we were born to fight. From day one, we were tested, told we're not enough, told to stay silent, told our dreams were too big, our voice too loud, our heart too wild. But what they didn't know is that pressure creates diamonds, pain builds warriors, and rejection teaches resilience. Every scar you carry, every tear you've shed, every door slammed in your face, that was training. Life wasn't punishing you, it was preparing you. You weren't born to quit. You weren't born to break. You were born to fight. You've walked through hell. You've tasted loneliness. You've heard the lies. You're not good enough. You're too late. You're too weak. And yet, you're still here, still breathing, still rising. You think that's luck? Number, that's power. The kind you earn in silence, in struggle, in the dark. When no one is watching, there will be days you want to give up. Days you question everything. But hear this. The fighter inside you has already survived things most people never will. You don't need easy. You need purpose. You need fire. You need that voice in your chest whispering, keep going. This world may try to bury you, but it forgot. You are a seed. You were born to grow, to rise, to break limits, to inspire those still stuck in the dark. You are not weak. You are not a victim. You are not done. And remember this, the road you walk is never straight. It twists, it turns, it breaks beneath your feet. But every step you take, even the hardest, builds the warrior you are becoming. Every no you've heard, every door slammed shut, it's not a wall to stop you, it's a challenge to climb higher. Because champions aren't born, champions are made in the fires of struggle, tempered by failure, fueled by relentless hope. Look around you. The world may not cheer you now, but one day they will remember your name because you never gave up, because you never backed down. Fight not only for yourself, fight for those who can't. Fight for your family. Fight for your dreams. Fight for the light at the end of the tunnel. Because inside you, there's a fire so fierce, so unstoppable, that nothing in this world can put it out. So rise, rise with every breath. Rise with every heartbeat. Rise even when the world tells you to fall. You are stronger than fear. You are louder than doubt. You are the storm breaking through the silence. And no matter what comes, you will keep fighting. Because you were not born to quit. You were born to win. Now go. Step into your power. Claim your destiny and show the world why. You were born to fight. And here's the truth no one tells you. The fight doesn't get easier. It gets realer. The battles get tougher. The nights get colder. And the voices in your head get louder. But that's where heroes are born. Not when the path is clear, but when the storm rages around you and you stand your ground anyway. You are not defined by the falls you take. You are defined by the courage to get back up, to face another day, to fight one more round. There will be moments when doubt will try to suffocate you, when fear will whisper, give up, when exhaustion will scream, stop. But listen carefully. Inside you is a voice louder than them all. A voice that says, this is not the end, this is the beginning. Because warriors don't quit. They don't fade away. They ignite. You have a fire that cannot be extinguished. A flame fueled by every hardship, every loss, every tear. So don't be afraid to fight with everything you have. Don't be afraid to be relentless. Don't be afraid to chase what sets your soul on fire. Because in the end, the world belongs to those who refuse to give up. You are stronger than you know. You are braver than you think. And you were never meant to walk this path alone. So rise. Rise with courage. Rise with passion. Rise with the unstoppable heart of a fighter. Because no matter what, you were born to fight. And fight you will. Until your story becomes a legacy. But there's a truth deeper than the struggle. A truth we all try to ignore. That no matter how hard you fight, one day you will die. And in that silence, in that final breath, you realize what really mattered. And suddenly, one day and we close our eyes and die. No warnings, no second chances. No message pops up saying, your time is up. Just like that. Silence, all the noise, all the stress, all the plans, all the dreams, gone. You see, we live as if we own time, as if we're promised tomorrow. But we forget, time is not ours. It's borrowed. Every second you waste hating yourself, every moment you spend chasing approval, every day you live just to survive, you're burning the only currency that really matters, time. One day you'll wake up, but it'll be the last time. Your body won't tell you it's the final sunrise. Your lungs won't scream, this is your last breath. It will just end. So ask yourself this, what are you waiting for? That perfect moment? That magical motivation? That sign? This is the sign. You're alive right now. You're breathing. Your heart is beating. There's a fire inside you, waiting, screaming, begging you to live before it's too late. Music builds slowly, emotional crescendo. Say what you feel, do what you love, apologize when you should, walk away when you must. Take that risk, speak that truth, forgive yourself, because one day, you won't get another day. Pause, music softens again, and suddenly, one day, you'll close your eyes and you won't open them again. And the only question that will matter is, did you really live? Or did you just exist? Music transitions, slow, emotional strings, a bit darker. But maybe you're afraid of failing, afraid of being judged, afraid of being seen. So you hide, behind routines, behind masks, behind a version of yourself you don't even recognize anymore. You laugh when you're supposed to. You smile in photos. You go to work. You answer, I'm fine, when your soul is screaming. But deep down in the silence between your thoughts, you know you were made for more. You feel it in the stillness, in your chest, in the dreams you no longer speak of. Music fades into a melancholic piano melody. You weren't meant to be a ghost in your own life. You weren't meant to spend years waiting for permission. Permission to be happy. Permission to chase love. Permission to breathe. Let me remind you of something powerful. You are the author of this story. Every chapter is yours, and you get to choose how it ends. Will it end in fear, in silence, in regret? Or will it end in fire, in freedom, in fullness? Pause, music slows, whisper-like tone. They say when you die, your life flashes before your eyes. So make it a life worth watching. Make it full of color, of truth, of risk, of wild, messy, beautiful living, and stop waiting for the right time. There is no perfect moment, no green light, no applause before you leap. You leap, and then you fly. Music builds again, hopeful and cinematic. You've wasted enough time doubting yourself. You've wasted enough years being small to make others comfortable. Now it's your turn to rise, to scream, to run, to heal, to begin. This is your one shot, not a rehearsal, not a warm-up. The show has already begun. And whether you whisper through it or roar like thunder is up to you. So when that final moment comes and your eyes close for the last time, Let there be nothing left inside you. No words unsaid, no songs unsung, no love withheld, no fire unlit. Because you were not born to fade, you were born to burn. Music fades to soft piano and silence. And suddenly one day, you'll close your eyes and sleep the eternal sleep. But until that day, live so fully that death itself will envy the life you lived. Music transitions, epic, rising slowly. One day they'll talk about you, about your light, your voice, your fire, your courage. Let them say they were chaos and peace, they were storm and sun. They didn't wait, they lived. Not for fame, not for applause, not for perfection, but for truth. And in that truth, you will become immortal. Because those who live with fire don't vanish. They echo, they ripple, they inspire forever. Final soft piano note, fade out, narrator whisper, and suddenly one day, it all ends. So before that day comes, live. But until that day comes, you still have time. Time to rise. Time to become more than your past. Just like the man who turned poverty into purpose, this is the story of Howard Schultz. Howard Schultz was the man who turned it all around. Not because he had money, not because he had luck, but because he had a vision that no one else believed in. This isn't just about coffee. This is about pain, rejection, and the unstoppable will to rise. A broken home, a father injured at work, left with no health care, no support, no compensation. A young boy watching his family struggle just to survive. No safety nets, no promises, just daily survival. While others had comfort, this boy had hunger, not just for food, but for a different future. Years later, working an average job, a spark lit inside, a small coffee company, a trip to Italy, a cafe culture that felt like community. An idea was born. Coffee shouldn't just be sold, it should be experienced. A place where people belong, not just buy, but the doors slammed shut, the idea dismissed, rejected, mocked. The world said, it won't work, but the vision refused to die. When belief is met with rejection, the easy way is silence. But silence never built anything. Schultz didn't go silent. With no company backing it, the dream moved alone. Funds gathered one painful dollar at a time. A small shop opened, built not on money, but on fire. And it worked, not by luck, not by chance, but by obsession, by detail, by meaning. This isn't just a story about a coffee brand. It's a story about everyone who was ever told, you can't. How many ideas have died in notebooks? How many dreams buried because someone laughed? What you lack in resources, you can replace with belief. What you lack in connections, you can replace with vision. It's not about who supports you, it's about whether you support yourself enough to keep going. In every Starbucks cup, there's more than coffee. There's story, vision, a reason. Because this wasn't about caffeine. It was about creating a space where everyone feels welcome, seen, human. When a business sells purpose, not just product, people don't just buy it, they believe in it. And belief is what builds empires. School teaches numbers, dates, and equations. But it doesn't teach how to rise after failure. It doesn't teach how to fight for a vision no one understands. Growing up poor teaches pain, but it also teaches fire. Either that fire burns you or it builds you. The product wasn't coffee, it was emotion, identity, belonging. Each cafe became a second home. Each customer, part of a greater community. It wasn't a table and a chair. It was a symbol that said, you matter here. That's not business, that's impact. When crisis hit, when recession struck, the choice was clear. Cut corners or stand for values. Others fired staff, lowered standards, chased survival. But staying true to quality and people brought a new kind of power. Real leadership isn't shown in growth. It's revealed in chaos. And the brand didn't just survive, it soared higher than ever. Imagine if that first rejection ended everything. Imagine if one no erased it all. Then imagine this. How many times have dreams been abandoned after one failed attempt? Buried ideas, not because they weren't good, but because the world wasn't ready. You may be broke, you may be alone, you may be scared, but you are not empty. Inside you, there is a story the world hasn't read yet, a vision the world hasn't seen yet. Not everyone will understand your journey, and that's okay. You're not building for applause. You're building because your soul demands it. This is for the one who's tired, the one who feels late, the one who thinks the world already moved on. You're not late. The train doesn't leave until you decide to board it. It doesn't matter how many times you fell. What matters is whether you rise with new strength. No investor can give you what you already have inside. No opportunity can match the fire of someone who refuses to quit. Your past isn't a prison, it's a blueprint. Your pain isn't a weight, it's a weapon. You were born with nothing, but within you is everything. So take the first step, not tomorrow, not when you're ready, now. Because dreams don't wait, and legends don't pause, and greatness doesn't ask for permission. Everything else failed. So fight with meaning, rise with purpose, seek the truth with a heart that refuses to settle. And one day, when your story is told, they won't say you lived a perfect life. You were born to fight. And through your struggle, you found your light. But talking is easy. Now comes the real question. Are you ready for the test? Test yourself. Question 1. Do you talk more than you take action? Question 2. Do you blame others instead of taking responsibility? Question 3. Do you quit when things get hard? Question 4. Do you spend hours on social media without a goal? Question 5. Do you avoid challenges because you're afraid to fail? Question 6. Do you wait for the perfect moment to start? Question 7. Do you let fear control your decisions? Question 8. Do you compare your life to others and feel unworthy? Question 9. Do you complain more than you take action? Question 10. Do you know what you want, but still do nothing about it? Question 10. Do you know what you want, but still do nothing about it?